All right, well, welcome back, folks. If it's your first time here, check out my other videos. You might want to subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. As you can see, if you look at my other videos, I do a lot of firearm-related items, but I do like to bring out some other goodies, which is what we're looking at today. This is the Ocoopa Rechargeable Hand Warmer. Enjoy seasons. Ocoopa. Obviously, you can tell if you look at these on Amazon and look at some of the wording, etc. We're going to do an unboxing, but I'm going to show you this one first. This is the one that I've had for, I've had this one for quite a while, actually. And, yeah, I've had one of these for quite a while. And, yeah, they do work out pretty good. Now, the current pricing on this is $26.99 on Amazon for the black one. And they actually have a $2 coupon, which means you can get it for $24.99 plus tax. You have to watch the pricing on them because sometimes they jump up into the 30s and sometimes they jump down into the low 20s. And another little tip is they have these in various colors. Often you'll find an odd color that might be cheaper than the regular one. So I've been using this a lot for heat therapy. Basically, like when I get a sore shoulder or elbow, or when I hurt my wrist, broke my wrist here a couple of years ago, things like that. It's really nice to have some direct heat that you can lay on it. And my wife has been eyeballing it, and so she decided to get her one, which is what we're going to do an unboxing on today. Now, of course, she likes Tiffany blue is her favorite color, and that's what this one is. Well, it's supposed to be the Tiffany blue one. Now, I don't see any indications on here showing the color, but hopefully they sent the right one. But yeah, let's just do a quick unboxing of this. And I'll be the first to tell you, for the money, man, when I first got mine, I was shocked at how well this thing actually works. Ocoopa advertises a battery life of 4 to 8 hours. And I will be the first to tell you, on the high setting, which is the hottest setting this can get, it's supposed to be around 130 degrees, but we're going to check that, of course. That's a little generous. I'm thinking probably more along the lines of 2 to 3 hours. I guess it might depend upon ambient temperatures as well, if you can get that. But yeah, let's just take we tore off that plastic so my lights aren't reflecting, and we'll just take a nice little look at the box from all directions. Y'all know how much I like packaging if you've watched any of my previous unboxings. Packaging really brings out a lot in the product. And being in manufacturing myself, it is something that I tend to notice. They've got all the the CE and FCC regulations, which is in the ROHS. It looks like they didn't scrimp out on the testing criteria. And it's a nice soft touch box. It's not some little cheap box. And inside, we have the unit, and it does look like they sent her the correct Tiffany blue one. She'll be excited about that. We're going to take this out and set it aside. And right here, we have a little USB converter thingy. This is in case you have a USB-C power port, and you have a standard USB cable. And then we have this. You can see that the unit does use a USB-C type power charger. And I will say, they probably have requirements in here. It does take a heftier charger. And that's all that's in the box. I know one of my iPad chargers I have doesn't have enough oomph to charge this up. As a matter of fact, it won't even do anything. Oh, there's a little QC issue right here. Oh, got a loose thread. That happens. That happens in manufacturing, but you get a nice little bag like this to carry it in. And I believe my bag with my black one was gray, and on this one, it looks like they're nice enough to supply almost a matching color for the Tiffany blue. And we're going to take a little slow scan of the manual here, and then we'll unwrap the actual unit. Now, one thing I will tell y'all, like most rechargeable items nowadays, it's part of an old school type way of doing it. But when you charge it for the first time, read that right there. Must be fully charged before using it the first time. Now, batteries don't really develop memories like they used to, but it still is a good idea on any rechargeable device. Charge it up fully before you turn it on for the first time. What that does is that really does help for the long-term stability of your battery. Now, with that said, I'm sure there's plenty of people that just plug them in and start using them and don't worry about it and stuff like that. Probably never even notice any ill results from it, but I'm old school. As some of y'all may remember, I used to manage Radio Shack stores back in the early 90s, early to mid 90s. And batteries were our thing. And I'm old school, nickel cadmium battery schooled, so. And it looks like, this is interesting, it looks like they actually have a couple of different sizes. I've never noticed on Amazon. I've only ever seen the 5200 mAh or milliamp hour version, and that's what this one is. This one is the 5200 version. Let me see if I can find that. I don't know if it designates it here or not. Probably you have to cross-reference the item number. On it. But let's take a look. And I'm not going to turn this one on because I like to charge them up fully, like I said. And, you know, they have a nice little, not some little cheap poly or cellophane bag. It's actually a little soft touch bag. And then we have the model number. You can see right there the regulations. Let me try to get you all a better shot of that. There we go. So right there, the regulations on it. You can see they're nice enough to put little matching colors for the band even around it. But yeah, so I'm going to show you this one, but again, I don't want to power this one on until it's fully charged, and we're going to take a look at the one that I've used quite a bit. And we're going to do some temperature things on here, but the way this works is you can double press it twice, like a double click, and it shows you how much battery life you have left in blue LEDs. And you can see I've got pretty much a full battery in this one, okay? Now to turn it on, you press and hold for X amount of seconds, and then one light will come on, which means it's its lowest setting. Press it again, 2 lights, and then 3 lights. And then it cycles back around to 1 light. And then you do a long press and hold to turn it off. And I already felt it getting warm a little bit there. But what we're going to do is, I've got my little handy dandy temperature taker here. Yeah, and you can tell it was on for a second. Let me see if I can get that in a better frame for y'all here. 83 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and put this on high, and we're going to see what temperature this thing gets to. Okay, there it is on high. It's hard for those LEDs to show up. And I'll tell y'all, this thing does start working immediately. See, we're already at 95, just a few seconds in. 98. And just for reference, I'm going to, every time I call a temperature, I'll pull the trigger to get a new temperature reading. 104. And also, just for reference, 107. We are upstairs in my my wife's craft room, actually, is where I shoot most of my videos because it's climate controlled. The ambient temperature up here is about 69 or 70 degrees right now. Let's take another shot at it. 115 already. Let's flip this over. Now, I know sometimes, we're going to check the other side of this too. I'm trying to get the laser right in the middle, but yeah, we're holding steady at 115.8, it looks like. 120. Now, this is a matte rubbery type finish, and that may affect the reading on this thermometer. But I do know this, if you're not careful, you put this thing on high, you just run and pick it up, it is literally kind of hot to the touch sometimes. It almost feels like it's going to burn you. But, you know, I'm sure it's not that hot, but I know I've been putting it on my neck before. There's 126, and all of a sudden, like, whoa, man, this thing got really hot on me. And I don't know how long it's been. You guys have a minute timer on here, and you can see I'm doing this all lifetime on this video. 129. I'm curious to see if it hits that high temperature of 130.1, which is what it's advertised at. And it looks like we're pretty much there already, because this thing may not be the most accurate little gadget. Oh, there we go at 132. $135. 135.7, 135.8, 136.1. I suspect that it's probably cycling down now, so we're just going to leave it here for about 30 seconds, and I'll sit here and ramble on about something, and then we'll take a temperature again on it to see what's happening. Because like all things, as it starts to get hot, thermostat controlled type device, they can't just shut it off like that. You know, you have to give it a little bit for that temperature to cycle off, let it maintain that little temperature for a while, then it'll kick back on again for you. So it's been about 30 seconds. Let's take another peek here. 143. That's probably residual heat. Okay, now it's down to 141. 143.6. Again, some of these may be inaccuracies on the thing. Let's flip this over and check the other side, because that's the side that's been laying up against the wood here. I imagine it's going to be a little bit warmer, maybe. No, that's actually about the same. 143.5, 143.4. Excuse me. 144.3. All right, so yeah. Ooh, and I tell you, just like I said, you know, that thing gets a little warm. So what we're going to do is we're going to power this off like so, and we're going to count backwards on this thing. We'll see how long this takes to cool down. Like residual heat. What's that fancy word? Dissipating. So you're already back down to 134, 131, 128, 126. And again, this part will definitely depend upon ambient temperature. You can see it's dropping. It's dropping pretty quick. So yeah, that's basically how it works. I was curious to see how hot it would get on that maximum setting, and I'm going to say it probably peaks around 146, 147 on the surface temp. They advertise it as being 130 degrees, and again, that might be inaccuracies in this. I don't know. I just wanted to show y'all a representation of it, and I'm sitting here playing it, and it's definitely has cooled down quite a bit. Let's go ahead and do another temperature check on it again. While I'm sitting here bumping my camera tripod and everything. I'm a true professional, can't y'all tell? 107. 106. You know, and I just noticed it actually says, as we tested 118 degrees, which is the center, the middle one, it has three settings, 95, 118.4, and 131. The 118 is the one it says runs on their website from 4 to 8 hours. So, I know on the highest setting, yeah, I'm definitely not, like I said, I'm definitely not getting 4 hours in the highest setting. You know, I start to notice the battery going down after, you know, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours or something like that. It'll drop down to, after about an hour, it'll drop down to 2 LEDs. And then when you're getting close to the 2 hour mark on the high setting is when I've seen it drop down to just 1 LED. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up just with that, folks, and we're going to go ahead and do a double click on this real quick. And you can see that we're still at, you know, full settings on it. So in summary, Honestly, I think these things are pretty cool, even if you're not a hunting guy. I mean, this would be great when you're out hunting, like in the duck blind or sitting up in the deer stand or something like that, to keep your hands warm, because we all know, you have to have good dexterity and everything else to shoot accurately. But sporting events, camping, the possibilities are just endless on this. So you don't have to mess with any lighter fluid. You don't have to mess with anything. My dog is agreeing with me, of course. You can hear him in the background. For the price, yeah, these things are pretty darn cool. It's something that I do recommend to people. Now, with that said, I'm not a professional, and I can tell you, make sure you read your instructions front to back. All that good information. If you have any questions on it, don't hesitate to reach out and contact the manufacturer if you have any questions. But you're welcome to put a comment in here on my video, and I'll answer any questions I can as well as I can. But thanks for watching, y'all. Again, I appreciate every one of you guys that takes the time to watch these videos. Please click that thumbs up. That really helps me a lot. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if this is something that you like, share it with your friends. Maybe they'll like it too. Y'all be safe out there. Have a great day.